Hello, friends, and welcome back to my hobby home. My name is Kathy. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am doing a little catching up. You might have noticed that by the thumbnail. I am catching up on my Yuletide Sampler 2, where Tammy and I, and Tammy, Alicia, and myself are working on, I think this is block 2. This is for October. And I know Tammy and Alicia have already finished theirs because I got so much going. I just hadn't had time. But this is the block that we're making. And you probably can't tell the difference. It's not a high contrast, but let me see if I can get it turned where you can see my green tree. Now, off camera, you can really tell the difference. It looks really good. But I have all of my pieces here cut out, pressed, ready to go. All I need to do is assemble my tree. And I figured unless I am recording it, I'm not getting it done. Because right now what I am trying to do, I will be having my grandbaby the weekend of the 7th. I will actually have her starting that Thursday night, so I won't have time to record at all that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. So what I'm trying to do is get ahead on some of the videos so I can spend a weekend with my grandbaby and y'all can still get a video. I am starting out with my rectangle, my blank rectangle. It's not pieced with anything yet, and we are going to attach it to our top. Now, like I said, I can't believe you can't see this on the camera there, but it's pieced, it's ready to go. I'm working from top to bottom of my tree. So what I will do is I will do all of my tree tops, and then I will go to my third and fourth piece, and I will put them together, and then I'll take them all off my machine. So guys, let's get started. I have realized I have not trimmed that top block, so I am going to trim those and be right back. We are back and we are trimmed. So I am going to get started. I did not realize I had not trimmed those. When I finished, I was doing the pressing part on our last sew along with this. But now we're all even and we should match up, but we're not quite matching up. Oh my goodness, why am I not? Looks like my strip is off by just a little bit. Let's say I know my pieced part is good. So we'll just get it on here and see how we can make it work. It's just a little bit short, my rectangle on top, and that can easily be caught in the seam allowance that we have. But guys, how are y'all doing this lovely Friday? I got up this morning late, but that's okay. We're not going to say anything about waking up at almost 9 o'clock in the morning. It's okay. And it was 41 degrees outside, which translate in my house probably about 65, somewhere in that range, because I don't cut my heat on in my house until it gets below 60, really. I normally try to wait until we've had a couple days below 40, because y'all, I'm a true believer and just add more clothes on, and we got quilts. We don't need all the clothes on. And if you're moving around, it seems warm anyway. Conserve that energy. Conserve the energy. Although I have levelized billing, which does help from summer to winter, because in the summertime I run my AC. In the wintertime I try to use my fireplace as much as I possibly can, especially when I'm not at work. If I'm working, it's hard to do that, and I may kick the heat on a little bit in the morning, when I get up and shower and stuff, so I'm not cold coming out of the shower. But in the evening time, I can get a fire going. But a lot of times, I'm not up front, and the heat from the fireplace doesn't reach me back here in this part of my house, unless it's a really hot fire and it's burning for a really long time. But normally, I don't kick my heat on until, like I said, it's cold. So that means I have to get out there and, well, I say this, but we're still going to have some warm days. We're still going to have some days that get up in the 70s. The extended forecast, which they really don't know, anything, they say anything past 10 days, they really can't tell you. But the further past 5 you get, the more unpredictable it is. But I looked at the extended forecast, and it's looking like about mid-November is when we're probably going to be getting to our lower temps and staying there. When I say lower temps, I mean around 60, because let's face it, we don't get really cold temps here until about January or February. But this weekend, today is Halloween, and I'm sure my children will be taking their children trick-or-treating. My daughter works with doctors, so she said she would only go to her co-workers' houses. And, from there she would bring the babies over here, bring her little boy over here. My granddaughter is in Arkansas, so I won't see her. I was supposed to have her this weekend, but her mama wanted to take her to something else. But next weekend, I'm supposed to have her starting Thursday, but I'm just going to have to tell them, my son needs to bring her on Friday, because I need my Thursday evening to get some rest, because my daughter-in-law has to work on Friday. That's why I say my son, oh, this one's a little bit longer. Did I miss trimming these down? I got to see what size this one is supposed to be. I'm pretty certain. Now, that other one was perfect. A lot of times when we're on lives, I don't do the trimming. But that's because, I don't want to give away my stuff. So I'm going to make sure these are trimmed, and then I will be right back. Okay, we are now all trimmed up. Oh, goodness. I've checked the rest of the blocks, too, except for the stump. That one may be a little off, too, but it looks like I might have trimmed part and not all. Because I know at one point I was just trying to get at least one tree done so y'all could see it. Because when it comes to all these extra little pieces, I know I have to press. I have to press everything, and it takes me a little extra time to do all of that. So I think now we may be on a roll. I'm hoping we on a roll, friends. I'm hoping. So what are your plans for the evening? Mine is I hope to be in my sewing room, and then when my grandbaby comes over, I'm going to take a little time with him. And then I may go over to my dad and my stepmom's house, and because my daughter's going to carry him over there to trick or treat them, and then my sister's house, because she wants to see him too, because even though we all live right here, we all work, so we don't get to see each other a lot. So I may even get a nap today. I don't know. I didn't get up. Literally, I did not. When I woke up, it was 8:45. I didn't roll out of the bed until about 9. I needed to rest. Because we're getting ready for inspection at work, and it has had me hopping, and my boss is not going to be there most of next week because he has a wedding to go to in another state. So he'll be gone a week for that. So that's going to put me having to do the inspection. You know, when our inspection people come, when the inspector comes, I'll be the one having to walk them around, I'm guessing. I don't want to be, because I don't like doing that. I don't know nothing about any of them buildings out there. I don't even know what some of the buildings are. I've been there since 2019, and I don't even know where the salt house is. I don't know where the oil house is. I don't know where none of that stuff is at. But, you know, I may be figuring it out, unless they have one of my guys stay to do that instead of him going on the road. I'm hoping, because I sure enough don't want to do it. Because that would mean I'd have to walk the whole perimeter of our yard, and I cannot do that. Cannot do that. Physically, I cannot do that. Because our yard that would be inspected with all the buildings is about 2 acres. Maybe a little more. I don't know, but I just know I can't do that. I can't walk that much yet. And the guy that normally would do it just had surgery on his neck. He had some protruding discs, and they went in and fixed that for him. Or otherwise, he would be the one, you know, that would be doing this. But, you know, life happens, but things still go on. Things still go on. We are getting our trees together, and I was thinking if I had more time, if I had enough time, I may pull out my Merry Christmas and get my rose put together for that one as well. So I could get put together what I've got done on that one. That would be super great. Because it looks like we're making good time with this one, especially considering I had to stop and not once but twice trim up some blocks or some piece units. Now our next step, we will be putting the tree trunk on, and then I will press them out. And yes, I will press them all out so you can see what they look like before even going to my Merry Christmas, if I have time to do the Merry Christmas, because I want this step to be 100% completely done and ready for us to work on block 3 the second Friday of November. Okay, so now we're going to add our tree stump. Let me make sure. I'm pretty certain I didn't trim these. It's pretty close. Yeah, these look pretty close. I've got one here that's okay. They all look like they're pretty close to the length they should be. Some are a little longer than others, but what I'm going to do, I'm just going to center it up, and I will trim it down when I get to that. Yeah, when I get to my final measurement of this piece, that's when I will trim it up. But like I said, most of them look like they're they're either going to be very, very close or right on. Okay, so we now have all of the trees assembled. I know, guys, I sped you through that because I wasn't talking, and my husband is coughing in the room next to me. He works with chemicals, and it messes his lungs up, so he's got a cough all the time. And I don't want y'all to have to listen to it, because I don't like hearing it either. But I'm going to press these, and I will be right back, and we will see what the finished pieces look like. Well, friends, I am back, and we have all of our little Christmas trees completed here. It is amazing at how those colors just blend almost together, and you can't really see. But I now have my 8 trees for the Yuletide Sampler Block 2. Let me see, make sure that's what it's called, month 2. Month 2, it's called Small Trees, and it's month 2. In the month of November, we will be working month 3, and I'm not real sure what we'll be working in month 3, though. I haven't even looked ahead, so I'm not really sure. So, friends, I'm not going to go ahead and do my Merry Christmas here because I'm almost at my hour here. I know you're probably going to get 20 minutes out of this because I did a lot of pressing. I did a lot of trimming. But, that's all part of it. That's all part of making something. But I hope you have enjoyed sitting here and sewing with me, even though I didn't do a lot of talking because I'm having to focus on getting things centered up here. But we do have month 2 of Yuletide Sampler 2 completed. It is ready for Tammy, Alicia, and myself to come together again on the second Friday of November at 7 p.m. Central Time. We would love to see you there. We love chatting with everybody while we sew. We have such a fabulous time. Tammy's link and Alicia's link are down in the description, along with links for the pattern. So if you would like to come and join us, feel free, please do. We would enjoy it. Give me a thumbs up before you head out. If you are not yet subscribed, please do. We have some fun things coming up in the month of November. Tomorrow will be our first Santa Saturday. What Santa Saturday is going to be are little things you can give as gifts for Christmas. Quick, easy makes for you. So feel free. Please come back. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye, guys.